Yeah, this is Realme X50 Pro player. When Realme released X50 Pro, I used that for a few days and didn't feel like that deserved to get reviewed. But this one is different. Make no mistake, X50 Pro player is a different smartphone than X50 Pro. And despite a few flaws, simple issues, this is truly one of the best value for money flagship of 2020. If you have missed the unboxing video, then here are the things that I got inside the box. Pretty simple stuff, but that 65-watt charger ain't no simple. I have tried to charge this X50 Pro player with that super dirt 65-watt charger. Actually, I tried to charge the phone in power on state. After 1 minute of charging, I powered on the phone cause I think most of the people charge their smartphones in power on state, and I'm really happy with the charging speed. For your information, Realme X50 Pro player comes with a smaller 4200 mAh battery. Only 38 minutes and 11 seconds to get fully charged. That's really fast. If you don't know yet, then Realme X50 Pro player comes with Snapdragon 865 processor, LPDDR5 RAM, AMOLED display panel with 90Hz refresh rate, and it got UFS 3.1 storage. What about the price? 6 plus 128GB variant costs around $400 US. In China, it costs 2,799 RMB. I know a lot of people have a lot of question about camera performance of Realme X50 Pro player. 48 megapixel mediocre main sensor, 8 megapixel sensor for ultra wide photos, 2 megapixel for macro and 2 megapixel for depth sensing. I think last two are actually marketing gimmick. Okay, let's do a quick camera comparison. On the left it's Vivo iQOO Neo 3, in the middle Realme X50 Pro player, and at the right it's Redmi K30 Pro. Which one looks better? I think the image in the middle. Am I wrong? Another ultra-wide photo. Yes, Redmi K30 Pro has more details and it's sharper, but Realme X50 Pro has higher dynamic range. Now moving on to the main sensor. Check the sky, and yes, Realme X50 Pro player got the correct tone. Check the trees. While Neo 3 and X50 Pro player got correct colors, what happened to Redmi K30 Pro? In my other camera comparison video, I have mentioned that K30 Pro sometimes aggressively increases highlights and saturation, and that hurts. Neo 3 also tried something similar. X50 Pro player kept things soft and close to reality. Now check the sky at the background, front vent of the car and the color of the car. Have you found the differences? Do you still think X50 Pro player camera is not that good? I think it's good enough for its price. Okay, none of these three smartphones got a telephoto lens, and this 2x zoom image was taken with the main sensor. Yeah, digital cropping. Again, X50 Pro player is the best, isn't it? As all of these three comes with dedicated depth sensor, I have tried to grab some portrait photos, and you know what? X50 Pro player finally disappointed me. No, don't worry, edge detection and bokeh effect is awesome. However, color tone is awfully different than what it should be. Flip to selfie camera and results are different too. Realme X50 Pro player not only reproduced the correct color tone, it also has higher dynamic range and more details in the shadows. Same thing continues to the selfie portrait. I'm not going to give you a verdict cause I believe that you are clever enough to know and understand. I think you already know which one is better. As far as I know, this Realme X50 Pro player got Gorilla Glass 3 in front and back, as Corning didn't put this phone in their Gorilla Glass 5 and 6 list. In hand, this one feels awesome. Despite its mid-range like build quality, this one gives you great in-hand feelings. X50 Pro player is almost the same size as OnePlus 8, and that makes it easy for one-hand use. On top, there is nothing but a secondary noise cancellation microphone. Yeah, there are two visible antenna bands. I think it looks okay. At the bottom, there is a speaker grill, USB-C port, primary microphone and a dual SIM tray. This is a compact SIM tray, there is no slot for SD card. Yeah, Realme X50 Pro player comes with stereo speaker setup. Volume rockers are on the left and power button is on the right side. I really like that yellow accent on the power button. Have you noticed that the camera bump of Realme X50 Pro player is very minimum? It's really nice, and I would be happy if other smartphone companies do something similar. Yeah, Realme X50 Pro player doesn't have a very good build quality. I would say it's a mid-range class build quality. I have done a separate speed test video. Here, let me show you something. On the left, it's OnePlus 8 Pro, and on the right, it's Realme X50 Pro Player. If you check carefully, then the difference between OnePlus 8 Pro and Realme X50 Pro Player is not even half a second. And I have tried with many games and applications. Yeah, the result is pretty compelling. Half the price with almost the same performance. Now I feel like Realme X50 Pro Player offers higher value for money than Redmi K30 Pro. Okay, you can see this one is OnePlus 8 Pro, this one is Realme X50 Pro Player, and this one is Oppo Find X2 Pro. I have updated Antutu benchmark on all of the smartphones to 8.3.7. Personally, I don't like Antutu benchmark, but it seems like people cannot live without Antutu benchmark. Every time any company release any smartphone, they will show this Antutu benchmark score and try to say this and that. But to me, Antutu benchmark score means nothing. Now here you can see the results. Oppo Find X2 Pro got more than 600,000. Realme X50 Pro Player got almost 595,000. OnePlus 8 Pro got around 575,000. This budget flagship performs like a super flagship in real life. You can select very high graphics with maximum frame rate. Even with anti-aliasing and shadows on, Realme X50 Pro Player provides buttery smooth fluidity. 90Hz refresh rate helps a lot, and yeah, this display panel is very responsive. It doesn't get that hot. I didn't experience any throttling issues. However, there is an issue. It drains the battery faster than any other smartphone. And if you try to play while charging the battery, then it starts to generate a little heat. Nothing too much, but I wouldn't recommend charging and playing for extended period of time. Yeah, I hate this big cutout for dual selfie sensor. Who wants that at 2020? I really would love a simple and smaller punch hole for a single sensor. Okay, if I hate that big punch hole, then I love this tiny chin and bezels. This chin is even smaller than Redmi K30 Pro chin. Yeah, I know I have already mentioned many times that this Realme X50 Pro Player has an option for 90Hz refresh rate. And even if it is pretty difficult to portray in a video, let me show you. I mean, yeah, you have to feel the difference by yourself, but 90Hz is way snappier and smoother than usual 60Hz. Yes, Realme X50 Pro Player comes with an AMOLED panel, and this one is smaller than other flagships. It's a 6.44 inch panel with 409 pixel per inch density. Color reproduction is amazing, black is deep black and white is very bright. Side by side with Redmi K30 Pro, this one is far better. I have tried to compare Realme X50 Pro Player display with OnePlus 8 Pro and Oppo Find X2 Pro. Yeah, this cannot beat those two, but comes very close. Another great thing about this display is it is HDR10+ certified, and on supported platforms, it offers a superb experience. Registering fingerprint and face unlock is as easy as it should be. No hassles, and most importantly, these security features works fine. I found it fast and accurate. I have never had any issues to unlock with Face ID and fingerprint. Okay, it's time to wrap up, but before that, Realme X50 Pro Player is a gaming smartphone and it offers buttery smooth gaming. Display panel of this smartphone is one of the best in its price segment. Remember that this is the cheapest smartphone with Snapdragon 865 chipset and 90Hz AMOLED panel. After doing a few camera comparison, I found that the camera performance is superb in each segment. Yeah, it's nothing special, but within budget flagship segment, it's really good enough. Realme X50 Pro comes with Realme UI on top of Android 10, and I didn't find any ads. Overall user experience is good enough. Finally, it's my verdict. This is the best value for money flagship of 2020 till now. What do you think? Please don't forget to make a comment, and if you have liked this video, then please click on the like button. Also, please subscribe to this channel and enable notification for future videos.